Welcome back to another session of Unsettled Spirits Paranormal with our prior experiences and locations that we've been to. My name is Lisa,
I'm Dana.
and she's usually the camera woman. I'm just the one that talks a lot. Okay, now we're going to continue with some more experiences.
Bateman came before Thornhaven.
Okay, so
Bateman School is it's not abandoned. It's not a school anymore, but they do use it for like community crap.
right, I thought
And
it was more of a
shows.
church, wasn't it?
And it used to be
Church
a church.
services too.
Oh, I don't. I just don't used to be no school. And
Right,
It's still in use, but not as a school. But I know it's in the Shoals area, somewhere.
Right,
Shoals, Logodi area in Indiana.
right. Okay, so there was a big group of us.
Yep.
And I had taken break. I don't know why. I had went downstairs in the doorway and had a chair and was sitting there, and all of a sudden it just sounded like somebody running through the gravel at me, but there was no one there, and it scared me to death. And I screamed, and I no more than screamed, and then I heard her scream, and she was like on the second floor of the premises
Of the school.
of the school.
There is a.
Yeah.
You could tell. I mean, when you go up there, that the rooms had been broken up, but they took all the walls down.
Right.
So it's one big room. Anyway, they have a stage up there for plays and whatnot, whatever.
Right.
On each side of it is a little, I would say like little dressing areas, but they're awful tiny.
Right.
And we're all just kind of, not all of us, but some of us were leaning up or sitting on the stage. And all of a sudden you just heard this big loud bang. And something had pushed over a 2x4. Which takes a lot of power, even for, well, I don't know, for me,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pick one up, but for I would think a spirit, it takes a lot of power
But
to knock over a 2x4.
Right.
Of course, I scream because it's loud, and
Yeah.
that's what you do.
Yeah.
Of course, I take off running.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we all decided it was about time to go. And that's when we go downstairs and find out what had happened to you. So we're thinking whatever it is that ran
Past
towards
me,
you. Yeah,
yeah.
ran towards you or past you.
Past me.
And it had ran upstairs, and for some reason they just didn't want us
Yeah,
there.
I could tell it ran right past me through the doorways. But didn't you grab somebody and you scratched them because it scared you so
I grabbed
bad?
Eric. They don't know who Eric is.
Yeah, that's true.
I grabbed Eric because when I get scared, I take someone with me. I don't know if it's a protection thing.
Yeah.
For them. I'm
Yeah.
trying to protect them. He was the closest person to me. Not only did I grab him and scratch him and try to take him with, I almost knocked Misty down the steps.
Oh.
I'm just saying, when
I think I remember being up on that second floor.
I think
it
you were
wasn't
coming.
a whole lot
You
up
were,
there,
I think,
was there?
coming up about the time I was getting ready to run and fly down.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those that if I get that scared, who's ever in my vicinity, I will either grab you and take you with me, or I will knock you over to get you out of my way.
And I just threw.
That's just all
I
there
just
is to
throw stuff at you. So.
Oh, you just throw stuff at me. But I did about knock her down the stairs, though.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you if we even went back after that or not.
We did. And now we don't even remember where it is
I
and
don't know
how
how
we
to
get
get
a
there.
hold of people to go back and.
And we could have been back
reinvestigate.
and we could have went back after that. I just don't remember. I mean, you're asking me to remember stuff, from 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and I just...
I'm going to guess it has been about 20.
No, because we didn't start until 2006.
But if it's been 10 years since I've been single, okay?
2026 will be 20 years. (2006 to 2016 is 10.
Okay, so
2016 to 2020
okay, so it
is
had
only
to be
4.
about
That's
13,
14.
maybe 13 years.
14. So it's been 17.
Oh, has it?
2006.
I believe you.
Well, apparently you don't. 2006 to 2016 is 10.
Right.
So 2016 to 2020 would be 4. That's 14.
We're discussing.
It's been 3 years. So 4 and 3 is 7.
I believe you.
17 years.
And
Since we've been doing
I'm going
this.
to tell you the same thing I tell people work. I don't math.
Well, I'm telling you, that's how it works because my nose is going around. But anyway, it's been 17 years.
Okay.
Because even though I keep saying 2005, it was 2006.
Okay.
But anyways, it'll be...
So it's about the same time you moved into your house.
Yeah, it was shortly
okay,
after.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Shortly after we moved into the house, I know it was warm out because the first meeting he went to, we were sitting out on the porch, remember?
Yeah, I remember being out there being pretty, comfortable. I think I
Well,
might have had a jacket on though.
no, because we were getting ate up by mosquitoes and we end up going in. He
Oh,
shows
okay,
up
all right.
and we decided to go in because we were getting ate up by mosquitoes. And then he was telling us about the meeting and the hunt. And I'm like, oh, I want to go. And then
Right.
I started going that following weekend.
Okay.
So I've been doing it since 2006. You started going, I want to say shortly after that, though. Yeah.
For a little while until.
Yeah, and then when that
Things
incident happened
happen.
in Austin and the
Yeah.
other personal
Yeah.
stuff happened, you quit
Yeah.
for a while. Because then we go to Thornhaven, and it was in October, and I know it was cold out because we had a bonfire going. But anyway, Thornhaven is that Thornhaven Manor, and you can look it up on Facebook. As far as I know, you can't get into it anymore, which
Okay.
I hate.
I know because I wanted to go back after you told me your
Well, you did. You
experience.
never.
Well, I mean,
You wanted to go.
I wanted
want
to go.
I
after-
never. I said actually after what happened to me, I wouldn't even go back into the house.
Right.
I refused.
You
I
had
made
some funny stories for that area too, don't you?
not that I know of. Funny.
The one where the guy had tripped outside and he said, my side.
No, that was at the Poor Farm. That was Owen County.
Oh, okay.
That was at the Poor Farm.
We have a lot of stories.
That was at the Poor Farm. I didn't have any really paranormal experience there. I did.
That was just a funny.
I did have a hilarious
Funny stories.
I don't know if that's really my story to tell or not. But anyway, we're at Thornhaven. It's in Newcastle, Indiana.
Okay.
And or is it White Castle?
Yeah, you're asking the wrong person. You want to search it?
I want to say White Castle. Just go to Facebook, type in Thornhaven Manor. It'll come up and it'll tell you.
Okay.
I want to say White Castle because Jeffy keeps saying, "Oh, there is no White Castle." I was like, I'm pretty
Thornhaven,
sure.
you said?
Yeah.
With an E?
Thorn, yeah. Havene.
And then all one word? Or?
Yeah. Hey, and you'll have to type in Manor.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it probably would have came up as Thornhaven. Not photos.
See all. Oh, no. Let's go back. Let's go under people. Nope. Groups.
Do I need to do it on mine?
Yeah, probably. Oh, wait a minute. There's places or pages. Band, blogger.
Go to places. No, I'll do it on mine.
Okay.
Because I know I've searched it. Because I used to go to there all the time just to
Yeah,
check.
because you had sent them a message, didn't you, to see if you could get back in? And you said that they no longer, or they just didn't respond, right? Or what?
No,
you said they
it
sold
didn't
the place, didn't
No,
they?
they actually posted that.
Oh,
because-
okay.
I'm already on Facebook. Isn't that funny? I mean, they may have taken it down. I hope not. But I used to go right there, Thornhaven Manor. Friends who like Thornhaven Manor is in Newcastle.
Okay, Newcastle.
Newcastle, Indiana. And so anyway, the guy that owns it doesn't do it anymore. So we can't get in anymore. Last I checked on the page, that's making my phone off hot. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't put mine on there very often because the camera on the back.
It's a I want to say it's a 2-story mansion, but don't quote me on it.
Okay.
And I can't really tell you the story. I know people died, and I know there was, I think, a maid. Well, I don't want to say maid, slave. Okay, and they slept upstairs in the attic. And I want to say it was either her or somebody else that had tried to poison the family or the family of the slaves. I don't know exactly.
Will the story be on your Facebook?
I don't know. I'm not going to look it up. I didn't know people got poisoned.
Okay. There was
Anyway,
some mishaps
there's
of dying.
and I know that I want to say the wife drowned or committed suicide or something. Okay.
Mm.
If you go to the Ghost Adventures, calling out Ghost Adventures,
Okay.
Thornhaven episode, and you can find it online. When Zach is standing in the doorway in front, you'll see a table. It has a rose on it.
Okay.
You hear that EVP he got? We got it first. It's the same exact EVP.
Right.
But we got it first because we were there first.
Wow.
But anyway.
You heard that, Zach.
You heard that, Zach. We got it first. I was there first. But anyway.
You heard it here first.
And okay, I mean, there was a few of the rooms we couldn't go into because of the floor and stuff.
Right.
Now, I got to say, when we were in the kitchen with this other group, there was a loud, it wasn't loud. It was like a stomp. Like someone just went stomped on the floor and it vibrated. That scared me. I'm like, I'm about ready to get the hell out of
Out
here.
of here.
I'm out of here. But we all felt it, and we thought that nobody was moving. We were just standing because the cabinets went like this,
Right.
the common whatever they do
Common
back.
area,
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, no, the common kitchen type that they
Oh,
had back
okay.
in the day.
All right.
The half a square U thing. Anyway, we were all just standing there when it happened. I mean, it was a strong stomp.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if they just jumped or whatever, but anyway, I did have that happen. But anyway, um, we're going out, and I can't tell you exactly because it's been so long.
Right.
I know there was a big ass room on this side.
Mm-hmm.
You can see where the wall was, and they took it off. We had some chairs there, and people were sitting in it. They were all taken. So, okay, got this big room.
Yeah.
Got chairs. People sitting in the chairs behind. So we have our backs to the back half of the room. I want to say there's a fireplace smack dab in the middle of the wall.
Okay.
And I found it odd that there was a closet on each side. Don't ask me. I didn't build the house. Just a closet on each side.
Right.
I'm kind of half cocked standing, not because I don't like having my back to
Right.
doors and stuff.
Yeah.
And my old man's standing next to me, and I think there was a woman standing there. And I kept looking behind me, especially at that door that if you're facing it's on the left, because I don't know.
Just felt like there was something.
Yeah, and I kept
lurking.
looking behind me, but we're all just doing an EVP session, minding our own business. Next thing I know, all of a sudden, my left side, I go blind or fuzzy. I didn't go blind. My sight went fuzzy,
Mm-hmm.
and I just felt something, and
Like it maybe kind of brushed and went.
I want to say it came at least through this half of me,
Right.
because my eyesight got fuzzy. I didn't go blind, but I did go fuzzy.
Okay.
And then I got so sick to my stomach. No sooner than it was there, it was gone. I started getting sick to my stomach. And my old man goes, "You all right?" I said, "Well, I'm getting sick to my stomach." He's like, "Do you want to go outside?" I'm like, "No, we'll stay because I don't know what happened.
Right.
I just want to see if I can figure out what happened because all of a sudden, it wasn't like I'd been sick.
Yeah, because everybody had eaten pretty much at the same spot,
we all
right?
met at Arby's.
Right.
And me and him ate the same things except for he had cheese sticks and I had potato cakes.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, we went, because there was a gas station down the street, we both had the same type of donut. So it wasn't that, it was something I ate.
Right.
I wasn't sick before it, and I wasn't sick after it. And I
Right.
want to make that a point. No sickness before, no sickness after. So this happens, I'm getting sick to my stomach. It got to the point where I'm doubled over. And not because of the pain, because I'm just that sick to my stomach.
Right.
And finally, he's like, "Come on, let's go. We're going to go outside." And I have it on the recording. It's like an hour long. Okay.
Yeah.
And from the time we go into the room until you can hear what's going on outside, you do hear us go outside. We're on the porch because I'm thinking I'm about to throw up. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
And he actually says poison. That maybe I'm feeling what they're feeling, that whatever walked through me is making me feel maybe that person had been poisoned.
Right, yeah. And that makes sense.
That's why I said, well, kind of makes sense, I said, but I'm not feeling it. He said, well, let's try and make it out to the fire. And we started walking. I said, I don't think I'm going to make it. I said, well, I think I'm going to pass out. And I said, if I do, try and catch me. I don't want, because it's muddy.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it's October. It's been raining, and
yeah.
And he said, well, let's try and make it. I was like, okay, just get ready.
Right.
I'm telling you now, I think I'm going to pass out.
Yeah.
We get to the fire. We sat in the chair. I couldn't have been sitting there 30 seconds. I looked at him. I said, I'm getting ready to pass out. And boom, I was out like that. And you can hear on the recorder because my recorder's still in the house.
Oh, okay.
And there are people still in the house, in that room. And you hear him, "Hey, Dana passed out. I need some help." And of course, you hear them all come running out. And I know Trent. Trent was the only one.
And that came out?
No, Trent was the only one that came to my aid.
That's what I meant.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what gets me, he's like, "Well, you really did pass out." I was like, "Well, why would I fake it?"
Right. Well, how can you fake that?
I don't know how you fake being passed out, but I tell you, I don't know how, but I know for a fact I passed out.
Right. Yeah.
And I was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I came to. They asked me what happened. I told them the same story. I refused to go back in. I was not sick before it happened. I never got sick after it happened, even though they keep trying to say it was probably something I ate. Yeah. And I know for a fact it wasn't, because if it was something I ate, I've never ate it. I've never even had food poisoning.
Well, I don't even think food poisoning makes you pass out.
as I said, it wasn't like I was
Yeah.
sick and I went and I knew I was sick
Yeah.
and I would have said something. Well,
Yeah.
actually, if I was sick, I wouldn't have went.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I was that sick, I wouldn't have went.
Yeah.
I was sick before it happened. I wasn't sick. I never got sick after it happened.
Right.
Never.
Mhm.
So I don't know. And that was one of my most, I guess, profound paranormal
Very
experience.
memorable, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
well, yeah, and I
Yeah.
refuse
To go back,
to
like
go
I
back.
used to.
Well, I refused to go back into the building. I didn't even tell the owner who was sitting in the car asleep,
Oh.
which I should have.
Yeah.
And Jeffy says, well, you know, you need to message him on Facebook and tell him. I never did. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this front tooth here had a big chip in it. And I was embarrassed.
Oh, goodness.
And I didn't want. Well, I didn't know because I'm telling him this profound story.
Right.
Is he going to want to document it? I didn't want to be.
I don't think so because didn't you have to sign like a waiver or something?
No,
when
I'm
you
talking
went
about the pro. If he didn't want to document it of the experience, being on tape camera or something.
Oh,
Talking
okay.
about the experience.
Okay, so you didn't want to be
because
okay.
I had this tooth was
Yeah.
chipped badly.
Okay.
And I was embarrassed by the chipped tooth.
Okay.
That's why I didn't say anything to him.
But
But anybody that I ever ghost hunted with or investigated with, I have told that story. But I say because that one does stick with me.
yeah.
And I also said I would never go back in. I would never go back. And I want to say it was probably 4 or 5 years later when I decided I'm ready to go back. I want to go back in, and now we can't get in.
Now we can't.
Yeah, and I wish we could.
Yeah.
But we can't get back in. I'd love to go back in, just to see one if it would happen again.
Right.
Or to see if they would remember me.
But I'm just gonna be honest with you. Don't try the trust fall with me because I don't know that I could catch you if you're gonna pass out.
I tell you what, I was lucky I was sitting down when it happened.
Yeah.
Because I can't guarantee that my old man would have caught me neither.
Yeah.
And lucky that I was sitting too, or that I didn't fall in the fire.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was out quicker than shit. I was out like that.
Right.
You know, and as I said, I wasn't sick before it happened. I was not sick. I never got sick afterwards.
Right.
Even at home. And I kept telling them even days later, so I never got sick.
Mm-hmm.
So it couldn't have been anything I ate that would have affected me that fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
As I said, me and him ate the same things except for he had the cheese sticks, I had the tater cakes.
Right.
We'll go to the gas station. Of course, we both drink Mountain Dew, so it wasn't like we were drinking anything different.
Right.
We both had the same type of donut from the same freaking gas station, and it never happened to him.
And obviously, you can tell the difference between, okay, I feel sickness versus something that just comes out of the blue like that.
Usually.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because usually when you get to your stomach, it's gradual.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, man.
I'm starting
This
to feel,
was like, all of a sudden,
it just went like that.
It was like no sooner than whatever. As soon as I got my eyesight back, I started getting sick to my stomach. That's where, because
it kind of sounds like that it,
because I was standing
it made it feel like you were spinning you too fast or something with your vision.
No, it was just, I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, we can't see.
I know, but I'm doing a demonstration. I know when I'm sitting, because I'm standing like this.
Okay.
So that door is back here, and because I don't know if it came out of the door, I'm walking this way. When I started getting sick to my stomach, I'm doing this.
Right.
Because that's how sick I'm getting. I'm like,
oh yeah,
doing this, and I'm like, he's like, well, I said, I'm just so sick to my stomach, and that's where he was. And he tried to get me to go out several times. I wouldn't do it because I knew something had happened.
Right.
And I thought
you wanted to get more.
I wanted to see if I could get some information or see if maybe it would happen to someone else or whatever.
Yeah.
But it just got to the point where I couldn't. So that's why we walked out. And that's when he mentioned the poison. And I thought, well, I don't know. Poison probably could make you pass out.
Yeah. You know what we forgot to do?
What?
Tell the people that REM pod was back there.
Oh, that's all right.
But you know what? It didn't go off.
It didn't go off. Anyway, it was that profound for me. I'll never forget it. I can't get back into the building, which I hate because I would love to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the places I've been to, that would be the one place, I would love to go back to. But the one and only place that I've ever had an experience like that.
Right.
That I can't match it. I have not been able to match that.
Right.
I mean, even the grabbing of the foot is no comparison whatsoever.
Yeah.
You can't describe. It's hard to describe what it feels like. It's half.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I felt it. I just know my vision went blurry. And I found it odd that just the one eye.
Yeah.
And it was blurry. I'm like, what the hell?
It kind of makes you think that whoever may have been passing through you might have not had good eyesight on that side.
Or it could just be their whatever. Or
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean,
whatever they used, it could have just been that's what.
How it affected them?
Well, no.
Or
I'm saying because even though we didn't freaking know, even though we didn't physically see it,
yeah.
that doesn't mean that when it passed through, that's when it was passing through that it was blocking my vision.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't seeing through them.
Well, no, I didn't think that. I just thought maybe if they had an eye condition.
No, I don't think
that
they had
you
it.
were
I
feeling
think
their
it's
element.
just that they walked through that. I think they were just, and it
Yeah.
could have been residual for all I know.
Yeah,
it could have just been something walking through. I just happened to be standing in the wrong spot,
Right.
and it just walked through me. It may not have picked me at all.
Right.
It could have just been a residual. That's what they did all the time. I just happened to be standing in the
In
right
the right
spot at the
just
right time.
Yeah.
And when the vision went blurry, fuzzy, whatever you want to call it, it was just them walking through.
Right.
Why it made me sick, I don't know. Or maybe they wanted me. I know I can be an empath sometimes.
Right.
There have been times where I've been at a cemetery and just walking around, and I'll be directed to a certain headstone or whatever, and I have the feeling of being sad or sadness or whatever. I could have just been picked. Maybe it was one of them that had been poisoned.
Yeah, could have been.
And that's why because there's no explanation for why I got sick and passed out. No explanation whatsoever.
Yeah.
And if you had said anything to me before about anything when anybody ever talked about anything I always just dismissed it because
it never happened to you.
It never happened to me.
Yeah.
You're all full of crap.
Yeah.
Because it never happened. But until it happens,
Yeah.
And it's hard to explain. I mean, if I was talking to someone that's had, I know what you expect. It's just hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd ever want to have it again. But
well, yeah, hell. Oh wait, pardon me.
I don't know if but that's why both profound is Thornhaven. I've had experiences, but nothing at all. Like that.
Yeah, because that was like my creature from Hid Dawson.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you'll never forget it.
You never forget your most profound or your first.
Yeah. And that was both.
Yeah.
It's not like I hadn't seen
so me too,
or felt, stuff or anything, and kind of just dismissed it.
And no matter how many times you've done it or been anywhere, things are always still going to get to you.
Yeah.
Your experience, you're never prepared for it. You're going to react to it.
Yes.
I mean, I don't care how stone cold you might think you are.
Yes. Yes, that's just it. Because it's hard to explain. And I don't care what anybody says that was there.
Yeah.
I know for a fact it was not food related. Right. I know for a fact I wasn't sick.
Yeah.
That's what I think made me mad the most was they were trying to discount it.
Right.
As being something else.
Because it didn't happen to them. They were just probably jealous.
I don't know. I just know. Don't sit there and tell me what I know. I know.
Yeah.
I know I've been with my body long enough to know.
Yeah, I know.
You're not in my body. You don't know when I'm sick, when I'm not. I do. You've
been in my body. You better be paying some rent, buddy.
And so then for them to discount, I think made me mad more than anything. But I know what I felt. I know what happened, and you can't tell me any different. I mean, so.
Yeah.
But I've never had anything like that happen before. I've been touched. Several times since then, it's just nothing to write home about,
Right,
I'm not going to write a book about it, but so.
Well, never say never.
I never said never. I just said I wasn't going to write a book about it.
Yeah.
I never said I wasn't never going to write a book. I said I wasn't going to write a book. I've had stuff happen since then, but it wasn't nothing I was going to write a book about. I didn't say anything about it. I never said I was going to write a book. Never. I don't think I ever will write a book. That's the point. How we got off topic.
I don't know. Hell. We like to gab a lot, so. Do you want to end it there, or?
I don't. So that's. I saved my best.
Yeah, she saved the best for last.
I saved my best story for last. Yeah. So I don't have.
Okay, so for any of our viewers out there, if you have any stories or experiences, drop a line. Tell us, what you experienced, or a good place to go to. We're always looking for a new place to investigate. So. Thanks for stopping.
Especially if it's free.
Yeah. Thanks for the listen, and thanks, for being here. And we'll see you next time. This is Unsettled Spirits Paranormal.
Peace.
Peace.